some corrections from the last episode. I was not at any point ever defending the anti-Semitism of Kanye West or the actions of Kyle Rittenhouse, and I just want to make that very crystal clear that both of those motherfuckers are bad and stupid and bad.
Yeah.
First and foremost.
I know you were saying we shouldn't talk about Ye anymore, but he did say today.
Never talk about him again. Right? This is it.
Okay, this is the last time. Today, he made another outrageous claim, which is that he's not bipolar. But he's maybe autistic. Like Rain Man.
Yeah. Okay.
He said that like Rain Man.
Fucking like Rain Man. Like it's like I gotta, the one thing I gotta hand to him, right? It's like if you started a checklist in like 2018 of just like, all right, what's every single thing I could possibly do to like piss off everyone in the world except for a very, very small group of people, right? How would I do it? If you started that checklist in 2018 and then you're like, okay, I have made the entire list. It is now, December of 2022. Execute, right? Like, and then you just went down the list. Fucking, having dinner with Donald Trump, friends with Nick Fuentes, fucking, bring Miley Yiannopoulos back from the dead, saying you're autistic, saying you're not bipolar, when you said you were already. Saying like,
didn't he make like a whole album about him being bipolar too?
I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like I don't know enough about.
He's like definitely included it in several songs talking about it.
I don't know enough about shit era Kanye to know what
we're old
music is about
when it comes to Kanye. We're old.
I'm an old head.
This just came out today from TMZ, our new favorite news source.
Yeah. Where everything's coming from TMZ and like Entertainment Weekly and fucking, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like they forced us into this.
Yes. So headline. Elon Musk booed during Dave Chappelle's San Francisco comedy show.
Boy. All right. So, this really fucking puts me in a hell of a spot. The same spot that fucking Kanye has put me in, honestly. I have been pretty ride or die with Dave Chappelle, in being like, look, like he just doesn't understand trans people, but he's pretty right about everything else. Like that's been fucking for a while. That's been it.
That was him like fucking 4 years ago.
That was him. Yeah, that was him a couple years ago. Because
he has evolved even worse than that, unfortunately.
Well, no, but this is the thing, right?
Whatever.
In 2020 when the George Floyd thing happened, and he just put out a special that was like the length of time and it was called the amount of time that the guy was kneeling on George Floyd's neck, right? And that was vintage great Chappelle, right? That was like old timey great, right? And so it's like, so he's in there, right? But here's the thing, and this is what I've been realizing about all these guys, especially Chappelle, Musk, like Joe Rogan, Jordan Peterson, or any of these, the people that have a pretense to like to like feel the way that they do, right? They have like lines of logic that go from one place to another. It's not like Kanye, where it's like, wait, you're a Nazi? What the fuck? Why? Where did this come from? What? Like, just a couple days ago, you were like, whatever, now you're like this? What the fuck? Like, it's like, oh, okay, so Dave Chappelle, like, made a joke about trans people, or Joe Rogan was like, fucking, like a trans woman should be able to like cage fight a real woman, right? And he said the fact that he said real woman is what just pissed everyone in the world off. And it's like he just is stupid and doesn't know what he's talking about. Anyway, like, it's like as much hate is in their heart now, it 100% comes from the fact that somebody gave them a shit fuckload of money. That's what happened. It's like, and Patton Oswalt, to his credit, Patton Oswalt has said this in a special, right? He's like, look, I've known Dave my entire life. Somebody gave him $60 million. I've known Joe for so long. Somebody gave him $100 million. He's like, I would be chewing off my own hands to show everyone if fucking somebody gave me $100 million to do a podcast about knitting, right? He's like, there would be knitting needles in my ass if I fucking got $100 million to do something like that, right? Like to just podcast or whatever, right? It's like, yeah, I would be insane. And he's right. That you shouldn't get that amount of money to do something that's not like, or you shouldn't get that amount of money, period. But you also shouldn't get that amount of money for doing something that's so much like just your thoughts, right? It's the same thing with stand-up. It's like, you have to have you have to be a little bit close to like where people are in general, right? Because this is the thing, right? This is the thing, Musk and Rogan and Chappelle and shit, and why I get it more coming from stand-up comics than I do from some fucking piece of shit like Elon Musk, right? But there comes a point where the money that you have literally becomes fuck you money, right? And so anytime anyone is like, oh, they're shitty or stupid or they said something bad or whatever, your knee-jerk reaction, because you have fuck you money, is to say fuck you, right? Instead of being introspective, instead of like thinking about it for a second, right? You just have a bunch of people around you who are like, they shouldn't have said that. And then you go, yeah, you're right. Fuck them. I have fuck you money. I'm Dave Chappelle. I'm Joe Rogan. I'm Kanye West, right? It's like, it's the money, right? The money is like the common denominator.
Let me read a little bit of this here. Elon Musk is getting a frigid shoulder in San Francisco, as if the Twitter sitch wasn't bad enough. Sitch, interesting word.
Situation.
He got, huh?
It means situate. It's kid for situation.
Oh, sitch. The Twitter sitch. I got it now.
Yeah, but that's more like
as if the Twitter sitch
thing. Like that's you're behind where we are, buddy.
All right. As if the Twitter swatch wasn't bad enough. He got on stage with Dave Chappelle and was practically shouted out of the arena. The comedian was performing Sunday at the Chase Center, and today, the end of his set, I'm fucking drugs. And toward the end of his set, Dave brought Twitter's CEO up on stage as a special guest, which the San Francisco crowd did not receive well, raining a course of boos down on Elon Musk.
I didn't know it was in San Francisco. You mean to tell, like, you brought out every person at that show's boss or former boss. That's what you did. You fucking.
Well, apparently Dave Chappelle made a joke about that. At one point, there was like people, I guess, up in the balcony area, like booing or whatever, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's all your ex-employees up there," or something like. But basically, like, that's the poor people up there in the balcony.
No, and they're not gonna laugh at that, man. What are you doing? Like, that's the thing. It's like, you wouldn't, if he didn't live in the stratosphere now, he would know that that's the dumbest fucking thing you could possibly do. Like, it's like, man.
But apparently he
Dave,
got up there and he was like, what do I say? Because they were just doing, and he was just like, what do I say?
dude, he sucks so fucking much, man. He sucks. Like this, just inept, fucking. And that's the irony of it, right? Is that like Elon Musk is like the most socially just inept and fucking stupid, like just has no social grace, and he owns a speech thing.
This is the worst part. Another, according to TMZ, another surreal moment when at one point Dave asked Elon to shout his old show's signature outro line, "I'm rich, bitch," which Elon did to mixed results. Sometimes.
That's so gross.
I have something from Cracked right now.
Oh, correct.
Headline: all the penises in modern art are too huge, says science.
Oh, is that that's like the the little tiny dicks on like Greek statues and stuff. It's like having a little dick is conducive to, or it's supposed to be conducive to like having like more of an intellect or something. Because
this is talking about modern art. Modern art are too huge. Science. All the penises in modern art are too huge, says science. So here, let me read it. Let me just.
People went the other way.
We'll soak in the article here.
Soak in the penises.
Is that you don't really? I guess you soak those in. I guess. Anyways, as for the size of the art dicks, oddly enough, the researchers didn't track it in inches or centimeters. Instead, they relied on measurements known as the penis depiction ratio, or PDR, based on either penile length to ear length or penile length to nose length, which apparently those are related. That said, past data indicates that the average flaccid penis is a humble 3.61 inches long and 3.66 inches in girth, compared to a 5.16 long and 4.59 in girth for an erect one, compared to the standard porn penis, which is closest to 8
super girthy, dude. Wait a minute. No. There's no fucking way that it's 5 inches long and 4 inches wide. That's insane.
It's around its circumference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess. Oh, you're talking like you wrap a measuring tape around it. You're not talking about like diameter or whatever.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
That is measured in circumference. Anyways.
Either way, that's weird. I'm sticking with that, dude. 4 inches deep is fucking insane.
Okay. People who know about geometry and stuff like that, they're cringing right now at what you're saying. So can you just pretend to be a little bit right? So anyways, the circumference 4.59 and length 5.16 are considered average, erect compared to the standard porn penis, which is closer to 8 inches and like then 5 inches in girth, which is not really that much girthier, but I guess it's enough to say something. Anyways, modern arts should probably calm down and follow the less endowed lead of sculptures like Michelangelo. Whoever wrote this article?
Oh, fuck off!
Must
No
be,
way.
Oh, it's a woman. I was about to say this guy. He's feeling very
Well,
sad.
or no, or it's cracked, so they're being sarcastic. But if we're treating this like it's real, then the main thing I would say is to look at the ancient sculptures of like dicks and like people with dicks, because it's like, you know, a little tiny man with like a dick that's like twice his size. Like the dicks used to be like wildly out of proportion with not just ears or nose or whatever, but the entire human body as a whole.
This next article is from Food and Wine. I'm telling you, we're going non-political this time, okay? So we're going into some of the publications that we don't normally. We're skipping the Wall Street Journal. We're skipping the New York Times,
WAPO and the New York Times,
the CNN, and the ABC News. We're doing more. What would you say? Outliers. We're doing the outliers.
Okay. That's fine, but hold on just real quick. So today, I saw this today. You know, Kyrsten Sinema is an independent now?
Yes.
Well, so Bernie Sanders was on CNN, and
oh, I heard
the lady was like, it was like, you know, we need to, as a Democratic Party, we need to focus on helping, standing up to big corporate interests and helping the American people. And the lady was like, "Do you think that Kyrsten Sinema has enough guts to stand up to corporate interests?" And he just goes, "No."
I heard that. I heard the whole conversation, which was, he was basically like, or the first question in that segment was like, would you support a challenger to her from the Democratic Party or whatever? And he was like, yes, absolutely, I would. You know, if there's
he's like, I don't know,
we'll see who runs against her, but if it's somebody who's progressive, I will run against. I will support that person or whatever. And then, and then that led into the next thing, and I guess he says, I will support anybody who will stand up to corporate greed or whatever. It's like, you think she'll do it? No. No, I don't think so.
She she didn't get as thoroughly bought off by the Republicans. So now she's seeking to get bought off by corporate Democrats and corporate Republicans. She's an independent for the exact opposite reason as me. And I hope she burns in hell.
That was probably what was going through his head. But anyways, something a little less But
Yeah,
well, just to go on for that a little bit more, I guess I'll say, just a little bit of political flavor in here. I don't think this changes really anything. If you
no.
think about it, what does it change? The only thing that it changes is the way that the election, the Arizona Senate election in 2024 will go. It's pretty much it. She in her little Jake Tapper interview said something like, "I was voted in for my independent voice." It's like, bitch, you were voted in for your Democratic voice. Shut the fuck up. Don't act like you were voted in for your independent voice. If you get voted in 2024 for your independent voice, then you can say that. But you got voted in as the Democrat in 2020, whatever it was,
2016 or something, 2014.
2018. I think it was 2018. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Either way, she was running as a pretty progressive Democrat at that point, right? Oh yeah,
She was the first bisexual senator.
Well, but it's policy wise, she was talking about environmental stuff and raising the minimum wage and things like that. And then when it comes time to vote, let me do a little thumbs down.
Thumbs down, man. Manic pixie dream senator, like that. Like no, my thing about it is like the stereotype about bisexuals is that we're all indecisive. Like, oh, don't ask the bisexual; they'll never make a decision. And it's like for her to be like, I don't know, I can't pick a party. it just flows right into it, and it like somebody on TikTok said a long time ago, it shows that queer people can also be pieces of shit.
Well, yes.
It doesn't. Your sexual politics don't have to fucking lead into the rest of your politics. It turns out.
This is from foodandwine.com. Former White House chef says coffee will be, quote, quite scarce in the near future.
I want to know what that motherfucker means by near future, because I drink so much coffee to like live every single day that I'm gonna need to know when to fucking stock up on the fucking cyanide.
Well, the tagline is, and there's plenty of science to back up his claims.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that before, and I just choose to ignore it.
Like well, we're not going to ignore it today. We're going to dive in and head first. Like
just give me the year, man. When are we going to be out of coffee?
We'll have to find out. Let's start here.
Oh God.
Former White House chef Sam Kass is sounding the alarm on the future of coffee. Earlier this week, the former first chef, who also acted as the White House's first ever senior advisor on nutrition. So there's never been a nutrition advisor to a president until Obama, apparently, shared an interview with People.
Why does that make so much sense to me? He's fucking Reagan eating jelly beans all day long. Oh, that's not good for me? Oh, well, fuck you. You're fired.
Clinton's like eating like Big Macs every day. Like, maybe I'll be a vegetarian when I hit 70. I don't know.
Hey, look, I'll deal with it later.
He's turning his attention to sustainable agriculture as he's already worried about the sustainability of some of the world's most beloved crops. A number of foods that we hold very dear to our hearts and largely take for granted are under a real threat, Cass said. And you're seeing in the future, we're on track for a lot of those to become quite scarce, and some really to be largely unavailable to some people, and others just significantly increased in cost. He specifically noted that products like wine, fuck, chocolate, fuck, shellfish,
Oh, kill me.
rice are all in
Rice?
danger, as well as coffee, a drink the world consumes an estimated 2 billion cups every single day.
Rice? Get the fuck out of here, rice.
And Cass' comments come with merit, at least according to several recent studies. Scientists expect chocolate to go extinct by 2050. Holy shit, that's within our fucking lifespan. Chocolate is gonna go fucking extinct by 2050? In January 2022, researchers from the Institute of Natural Resource and Sciences at Zurich University of Applied Sciences published a report evaluating the impact of climate change on coffee, cashew, and avocado in the Science journal PLOS ONE. The research team concluded coffee proved to be most vulnerable to climate change, with negative impacts dominating all growing regions, primarily due to increasing temperatures. So this is just bad news. We're losing all of our favorite things: coffee, chocolate. What was the other thing?
Shellfish.
Wine.
Shellfish and wine.
Y'all, that's talking about grapes. You know what I'm saying? Like, grapes are not going to be grown. Like, wow. Most consumers and even many coffee sector representatives are unaware that there are more than 2 or 3 coffee species. There are 124 coffee species known to science, occurring naturally in tropical Africa, the Indian Ocean islands, Asia, and Australia. Just some random facts I'm throwing at you right now.